We are live. I didn't know whether to do this actually, so we are going to do it. I'm just going to get my tablet because we're going to try and make sure we're going to go through one or two different ways now because I'm not used to doing this, but we're going to try and do a little bit of a different way of thinking. Look, people don't come onto this. League One is one more of a watcher's sport, and I think people tend to watch League One rather than come to places like this. Championship more, yeah, it can be a bit expensive, and I think the Championship, yeah, we do get one or two people we used to get one or two people from the Championship. And yeah, that was quite interesting. However, yeah, of late it's been quite. Oh crikey! Forest 7, Brighton 0. I mean, ouch! Brighton was so bloody good. They got all those players at the beginning of the season. How the hell have Forest won 7-0? That is just absurd, isn't it? I know they made some signings, but that is absolutely incredible, isn't it? To turn it up a little bit. Yeah, it's quite incredible. I've not seen. That's actually quite ridiculous. I do just want to check my settings because that sound bar is not as loud as it has been. Oh, come on. Yeah, great. And that's that. Right, okay, we'll see that then. Hopefully that, oh yeah, that's better. That lets me in, doesn't it? It went down to 17 again. It's like, why do you make it go down to 17, for God's sake? So we're gonna be going like we've just seen Brighton win lose 7-0 to Forest, and if you're a Forest fan, you're going to be jumping for joy. I can't imagine what you're going to be if you're a Brighton fan. So Brighton fans must be licking their wounds at the minute because, yeah, 7-0. Wow, that is absolutely phenomenal. I can have some dinner, lunch, because I don't think anybody's going to really turn. If you do, we're actually going to just get things together at the minute. Let's just, I think that's a little bit dark for me. Let's go into my settings and we'll make it a little bit brighter because, you know, I like to be able to see what I'm talking about rather than anything else. Everything always goes and reduces everything back to the basic low volume and low sight. Oh, wow. No, it's actually spaghetti bolognese-ish, and it's, yeah. Right. So what do we have? Where shall we go first? I'll tell you what, I'm just going to go with Rotherham's first because we've got the messages coming in at the minute. 8 messages from Rotherham United. So, obviously we had Bramall joining Portsmouth. Gesture, Lee Ross. Tributes to Leo Ross. Sorry, I can't remember who Leo Ross is. So let's go. We haven't got the team on there, right? Okay, we will then go to live score, and we will see who's playing for my team at least. If you're here, if you tell me your team, we'll go through your team. But we're going to be covering very, very. I used to do the stripple on the bottom. But that's great when you're doing League One and Championship. You can alter the scores as you go along. However, if you're going to try and do Championship, League One and Premier League and League Two, I ain't going to be changing that ticker tape at the bottom. Have you seen the score this lunchtime? Nottingham Forest 7. Yes, 7. Brighton 0. Now, this is just... We've got Chris Wood got a hat-trick. Lewis Dunk started it all off with an own goal on 12 minutes. Then we've got Morgan Gibbs-White on 25. I didn't think he'd be doing very well in the Premier League, but my God, how we're wrong. Chris Wood, I mean, he's been phenomenal, hasn't he? He's got 1 in 32 minutes, 1 in 64, a penalty in 69. Nico Williams got 1 in 89 minutes. And then Jotto Silva got 1 in 90 plus 1. I can't believe they've got 7 goals. That is like, I mean, what's the stats on that? 30... look at the stats. That is ridiculous. Nottingham Forest, 37% possession, 14 shots. I have to read these out. 9 shots on goal, 7 in the net. I mean, how insane is that? That is apps. What do you think of that? I mean, who do you support and what do you think of that result? 37%. 14 shots, 9 on target, 7 in the fucking net. Ouch. Brighton, 63% possession. They had 10 shots. They had 5 on target. That's not bad. On an average Premier League day, that's actually good results. But they got none in the net. They would have expected 1 or maybe 2 being Premier League. But no. I can't believe that. That's absolutely phenomenal. Forest have really... the crowd there, I mean, I don't want to play it because we're getting on to 3 o'clock. But the video's just come up. The crowd must have been amazing. That has to be part of it. I mean, it has to be, doesn't it? 7-0. I just absolutely outstanding. That really is... The other games today, we had Oxford 1, Bristol City 1, and I was I was a little bit puzzled on that one. I thought Oxford would win this one. Bristol City don't always turn up, but Oxford, no, they couldn't really, do as great. Oh my God, 2 red cards for Bristol City. Ouch! I mean, they did damn good for. A red card for Joe Williams on 31 and a red card for Ross McCrory on 86. So realistically, can't count the last one was too late. Although you'd probably had another a couple of minutes extra time. You're probably talking about 9 minutes with with 9 men. You know. It's 31 minutes. They've played a hell of a lot of time with 10 men. Wow. We're trying to look at the stats. 70% possession to Oxford. It's another one of those games, isn't it? Like the Forest game. Bristol City, 30% possession, 7 shots, 2 on target, 1 in the net. And with 2 red cards. You know, they've done a Forest. They've just played out of their skins. They turned up, didn't they? They turned up. Bristol City actually turned up 1-1 with 9 men against an Oxford side that were actually getting quite good. So I'm quite surprised at that. I am having my lunch. Plymouth. What's happened at Plymouth? Plymouth 2. West Brom 1. I actually put 1-1. I thought it might be a draw because Plymouth have been starting to do quite well. West Brom are just like juttering a little bit, aren't they? And they don't score lots of goals. So I'm not surprised West Brom scored 1. But Plymouth are really good at home. 2 or 3 goals is quite usual. I really must make sure I've got this. That up there, and we've got to open up the whichever one we're going to be going with, because we are on 3 minutes to. So we'll quickly go for the last one. Watford 0, Norwich 1. Yeah, I thought that might be a draw as well. Barnsley 0, Burton 0. Barnsley just not doing very well, but Burton have finally not won one. 3 wins in a row, and then they've come out and drawn that one against a very good Barnsley side that seems to be juttering a little bit. Stevenage 4, Exeter 1. That's more of a. That's more of what people were thinking, sort of 2-0, 2-1, 1-0. But they've done a lot better than what most people were thinking. League 2, Cheltenham 1, Chesterfield 0. And Gillingham 1, Notts County 2. So the Gillingham board will not be happy about that, because they changed their manager to get a push on into those playoff places. But where are they at the minute, Gillingham? Down in 17th. They're a fair way away from them, and they'll not be happy with that. So let's just come out of that one, and we'll go into my app there so we can log in, and we'll see who we're going to be listening to. If you've got a particular team, because it is 3 o'clock now, please do tell me, because we will be going into that. Let's just see who we've got to listen to. Swansea, Coventry, Bournemouth, Liverpool, Everton, Leicester, Ipswich, Southampton, or Newcastle, Fulham. So if you want one, do tell me. We do tend to go with League One and Championship. We will. So it will be Swansea, Coventry, unless you want Bournemouth, Everton, Ipswich, or Newcastle. If you do please tell me, and we will put that one on instead.
6 games the teams are in for this afternoon is Vigaro in goal for Swansea, back for Key.
So that's that. So we're heading into the games now. Obviously, or not obviously, I'm a Rotherham fan. Right, let's have a look at what we've got here.
Thomas Asante and Sims. It's a 3 o'clock.
We'll go Birmingham Rotherham.
Against Coventry City. A recently resurgence at Coventry City.
What have we got here? We got the lineups.
So for this afternoon is Vigaro in goal for Swansea, back for Key, Cabango, Del Quar and Timon, Franco.
For Birmingham we have Ryan also, we have Clara, Davis, Cochrane, Laird, Garner, Hickman, Iwata's in there, Dowell's in there, Anderson, Dykes and Stansfield. So we're really facing an uphill task here for Rotherham fans, aren't we? Dylan Phillips in goal for us. Adolphine, Rager, Zool, Zach Jules, James, Malik Wilkes is in there. Cameron Humphreys. We have Powell, Sibley, Nombe and Green. Strange because Nombe's being touted with being sold off in the next week, and to put him in there is rather odd. On the bench, we managed to get six on the bench. I don't know how. Cameron Dawson, Liam Kelly, Jordan Hugill, Daniel Grove is on the bench. Jack Holmes and Ben Hatton. Look at this for a Birmingham bench, just for the bench alone. Christian Bellick, Alfie May, oh God, Scott Wright, Mark Leonard, Luke Harris, Grant Hanley, and Peacock Farrell, all on the bench. have we really got a chance? Who's going to score first then? Who do we think? As Rotherham's game has just started.
Hopefully we will get the game underway. It's myself.
So, shot already for.
To get the game on. Steve, what do you think's happened here?
For Liverpool,
the goal so now we've seen it on our screens. Yes, it's the old.
We've already got a goal in the Premier League. Already got a goal, and it's Everton. Everton, believe it or not, Everton won. Leicester 0, 1 minute in, and Everton are already in the lead.
Absolutely. Yes.
I mean, he's just saying that. That's strange. Ducour for Everton in 1 minute. So first minute, Ducour grabs the opener there for Leicester. So there's no asking who's going to score first because we already know it's Everton. However, Millwall are close behind them. Believe it or not. Oh my God! What a game! I think we should have been watching Millwall. It's now 1-1. It's Millwall 1. QPR 1.
The lead in the first minute, and then Lloyd has equalised for QPR in the third minute. No other goals to speak of. Well, we still can't get
Millwall score in the first minute, QPR score in the third minute, just like the commentary said there. Absolutely. What is the score going to be there? So we got Connolly for Millwall on 1, and Lloyd had a shot in the net for QPR. It's on 3. So the goals are going in already. 2 already gone in at Millwall.
Bit of a full start. We were ready to get started a minute.
And wow.
We are now ready to get this game underway, and it's a big game as well because Coventry City.
Let's have a look. We're listening to
Frank Lampard's team just there and thereabouts in terms of making a bit of a push for the playoffs.
We're listening to that one now, which is the Swansea Coventry game. It'll be an interesting game, the Swansea Coventry game. So what did we think before? We did have a few little goes at it. I thought Swansea won Coventry 2. What do you think? Because Swansea, they've not been playing so bad of late.
Having been confirmed yesterday as being the new.
But Coventry just happened to have. I think they've turned the corner quicker than what Swansea have. Don't know why. I just think they both turned the corner, but Coventry have slightly turned it quicker than Swansea. Wrexham are already up against Crawley, so it's Crawley 0, Wrexham 1. And wow, let's go into League 2. Wimbledon 0, Bradford 0, Bromley 0, Grimsby 0, Carlisle 0, Swindon 0. They're all 0. Oh no, there's one in League 2. Walsall 0, Salford City 1. When did they score theirs? On what I think should be on there. 4 minutes. They've just scored. Salford City have just scored. Let's go to one of the games. Let's go to one of the games. Which one shall we? Oh, Mansfield have now scored. It's Shrewsbury 0. Shrewsbury 0, Mansfield 1. Roy, one of our subscribers, will be very happy. Mansfield has scored. Let's just see who it is. Is it Gregory? Is it Gregory? Not telling us. Not telling us yet. 5 minutes though for the Mansfield score. Wrexham are 1-0 up. I'm told there's been a goal. There is a goal. There's a goal at Leeds, and it's Leeds United 1, Cardiff City 0. There's a goal at Hull, and it's Hull City 1, Stoke City 0. This is getting a bit quick, this, isn't it? They're actually. I don't know whether they're looking into something because they've not quite set the game going yet at Leeds. Millwall 1, QPR 1. Let's look at the Sheffield Wednesday game. Go, we are going to get into a game. Sheffield Wednesday kick it all the way down the right hand side. Oh, gets crossed in, but the goalkeeper for Luton kicks it out, and it goes through a throw in for Sheffield Wednesday. As we're listening to We are listening to the Swansea Coventry game, if anybody's interested. Do have a chat in the box if you want to talk to each other. I have no problem with that, as long as you don't start bullying each other. I'm not bothered.
So it's a shame that in the end Leeds did have a couple of shots to break that down. But
that's where I wanted people to have a chat, see who each other supports, have a chat about who you think's going to win. I don't mind. Low now for Wednesday. Well, Wednesday are actually playing really well. At the minute they're on the front foot, playing it in midfield, trying to get it through what appears to be quite a solid back line, to be honest, and Luton Town are just that back line is quite solid. Managed to take it off Wednesday, push it forward into just over the line, but it gets pulled back again over to the right hand side. But Bannon eventually grabs that for Wednesday, so they stopped that one from Luton. And Max Lowe now on the left hand side for Wednesday, passing it back to Beadle. Oh, they haven't, have they? Everton 2-0 up. Right, further down, yeah. 2-0 up, yeah. Everton now 2-0 up. Leicester City just aren't. They would have hoped that they could have done something against Everton. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. As Kaminsky takes it from Sheffield Wednesday forward and manages to kick that one out. And Luton now trying to just keep it away from the back line. He kicks it right into the far side of Sheffield Wednesday. They'll then kick it back in, but Barry Bannon having a quick gets the second ball and manages to keep it at the second attempt and goes down the right hand side and crosses it in, but Anderson is there for Luton to kick it out, and it's a dangerous throw in now for Sheffield Wednesday. As we're listening to the Coventry game, if that's what you're thinking, if I shut up you can hear the Coventry game.
Coventry half of the field, so you can see the press.
Wednesday down the right, back forward to Windass, into the middle for Charles. Charles there, playing us 1-2 with Bernard. Charles, Bernard, Charles, down to the right. Bernard again. They're playing it down the left, the two of them. Gassama gets involved. Back to Charles. It's now three of them trying to take it past the defensive line, and Valerie's come forward from the back, and they're playing quite a high back line now. Sheffield Wednesday pushing forward quite extensively against the Luton front, and at the minute you wouldn't be thinking it's going to be anything other than a Wednesday kick it. A little bit distant shot there, but it goes out quite easy, and it's going to be a Luton throw. So it's I can't believe that game's Millwall 1 QPR 1. Let's go to the Rotherham game. Oh God, dares we. I'm going to go to the stats, the stats for this are 2 corners already for Birmingham, 3 shots already for Birmingham, 2 of them on target. It's still 0-0. However, it's all Birmingham. Absolutely everything is Birmingham. It's not even worth mentioning. It really is all Birmingham. Birmingham have it in their defence. Davis will stay with us for a little while. I'm just going to pull up the Ipswich game against Southampton. Ipswich are attacking as Birmingham, so keeping it in defence at the minute. Birmingham not be too. Southampton have intercepted that one. They're coming into the middle of the field.
All of a sudden, there's a chance to get this ball into the box. It's Bianchini.
We'll listen to the Coventry game.
Just needs some support. He's
I've got two up in front of me. I've got the Birmingham and the Ipswich game at the minute. Birmingham are, they've got all the ball, all the possession, absolutely all of it. Davis now for Birmingham. Back to Allsop. They're just playing it between the goalkeeper and the back line. Ipswich, let's see what Ipswich can do. They'll be hoping to win Southampton. They are at home. 4-2-3-1 is what they're playing. Southampton are playing 3-4-2-1. So they're trying to get that midfield pushed forward a little bit. Will it work at the minute? Let's have a look at the stats for it. It's all Ipswich Town at the minute. Just one shot on target, and it's been from Ipswich. As Southampton attack, but Ipswich intercept that one before it gets crossed. And Ipswich now down the right hand side. No, changing it in the middle. Dowell now for Birmingham. Rotherham haven't had, in all the time I've been had Birmingham Rotherham on, Rotherham haven't actually touched the ball at all, which it does tend to say that Rotherham are playing 11 at the back, basically. So Rotherham are playing 11-0-0. Birmingham just oh, it's gone into the Rotherham half, and Humphreys Grant gets the ball. Rotherham have touched the ball, but they lose it straight to Davis. And they kick it into the box, but Rotherham kick it back out again. Okay, we know what's happening at Birmingham. It's a fully 11 at the back for Rotherham, as Clara has it for Birmingham. Oh, it's a throw in here for Southampton. This is quite a dangerous position, so let's just watch this. 12 minutes 40, and they throw it backwards, but they kept the ball. Southampton now a little bit more dangerous now. Can they make their first attack on goal? Back into defence, back down the right hand side.
And whether or not you can get a run, and it's going to be whoever can put a run second half of the season.
Down the middle.
Now with the ball over from the left-hand side. It was
Southampton now trying to just keep possession at the minute. I wouldn't say they're especially. They got 46% possession. Southampton, and they kick it into the box, but it's a foul. And Ipswich take that one quickly and passing it along the back. So they're not afraid to keep the ball running. In fact, Ipswich look like they're actually trying to win this one. They're not. They took that free kick really quickly, bang, keeping it around the back, keeping it moving, straight into midfield, straight up over the line, straight to the left-hand side. They're trying to push it down the left, but it was like Southampton are just they've just got a good enough defence to keep Ipswich at bay, and Ipswich try a through ball down the left, but it goes out for a Southampton throw-in on Southampton's right.
Well, that's going to be a free kick and a yellow card, surely.
And Birmingham getting to the Rotherham box. Birmingham with Dowell.
He's putting one up to say, well, it's my first foul. Well, it is, but
will it be another shot from Birmingham? Birmingham absolutely on top here. They it's not even giving us what the it's not even giving us what the percentage. Let's have a look at what the percentage is on here. There's Southampton now attacking. So that'll be quite interesting. Because on that system, it's not telling me what the... it's 70% possession to Birmingham. We'll deal with that one. Rotherham now have it again with their goalkeeper, because, you know, let's face it, it's going to be with him most of the... It's going to be with the Rotherham keeper most of the game, isn't it?
Looks to give a booking in that situation.
We will go to Mansfield. we will go to Mansfield. Just make sure there's only a Hull Stoke City goal. Everton 2, Leicester 0. Hull City 1, Stoke 0. Millwall 1, QPR 1. Crawley 0, Wrexham 1, Leyton Orient 0, Stockport 1. So that's another goal. And we go into the other goal in League 1 with Shrewsbury 0, Mansfield 1. And it was Evans that scored this one. Good Evans. Yeah. Evans and Gregory are just a great combination, aren't they, for Mansfield?
It needs a freshen up. It needs a change. Shame for Robbins, who's done an outstanding job with Coventry City, particularly.
Have a look. Yeah, Gregory is indeed in there. So Mansfield, Pym, Flint, Gargill, Bowery, Maris, Boateng, Bacchus, Akins, McLaughlin, Gregory, Evans.
Yes, absolutely. There's certainly been a bit of a bounce since Lampard's taken over, as you say.
Okay. The betting system's gone garbage. It says Reed's in there as well. That's a bit daft. He's got an extra man on here for Mansfield. I don't think that's true. And Mansfield, they're attacking again, but Marquis kicks it, grabs that one. A bit of a tussle. Blackman is down for Shrewsbury, so there's a bit of injury time at Shrewsbury Town. As
I think the offside is actually the first ball for
Birmingham now attacking. Oh, into the box, and Rotherham kick it out, and it's again another quick fire break down the left hand side this time for Birmingham.
The path on that occasion of Cullen, or whether it drifted over the top. Then, of course, Cullen wouldn't have been offside, but clearly...
Rotherham actually got a little bit more of the possession. We've now got 31% possession. Free kick to Rotherham on the left-hand side, near the halfway line. Can they get over the halfway? Yeah, managed to get over the halfway line, which is good. Down the left-hand side, which must be with Powell. Back again, trying to just keep the ball for a little bit longer. That was a good pass to the from the left to the right, but unfortunately Birmingham intercept that one down to the far corner, into the box, cross it, but Rotherham intercept it, kick it out, and it's a throw in for Birmingham. And that is not looking too good. We've still got an injury. Oh, the injury's just finished now. And Shrewsbury kick it out into the Mansfield half, and Boateng and Evans Boateng lost it there for a second to a Shrewsbury player. Really wrong place to lose it. And somebody gives it to Boateng again, and he loses it. Boateng is not having a good day for Mansfield. Keeps losing the ball, but Mansfield are leading. It's Shrewsbury 0, Mansfield 1. And long range shot there from Birmingham, and it is on target from right. It's a long way out to the right hand side, almost by the corner flag. A few yards further in, and wow. It's a free kick now. A free kick.
Into the Thomas Asante with the strike, and it's into the back of the net. And I think it's been finished off by Sims, and it was just a little bit chaotic.
We've had a goal at the Coventry game.
Played in towards the penalty area, and it gets played across edge of the 6-yard box, and Sims is there to make it 1-0.
Yeah, superb work from Alex.
Swansea City 0, Coventry 1. I did say I fancied Coventry just a little bit more than Swansea. Coventry are indeed in the lead. Leeds 2, Cardiff 0. Not looking good for Cardiff, is it? Let's face it, Cardiff are looking pretty dismal at the minute. Leeds first position in 63 points. Cardiff 19th with 31 points at the minute. They'll be looking to hope that Portsmouth don't get any points down there. Leeds 2. Cardiff are on the attack actually with Chambers. We're starting at the back obviously with Chambers as Leeds have another attack.
Gets dispossessed, and from there, it's,
Where shall we go next? We'll go Blackpool Charlton, shall we? Blackpool Charlton. Oh, Blackpool lose it right on their left-hand side. Small. Coventry. Coventry for Charlton. Gillespie. They're doing short, little short passes, which is not usual for Charlton, but they're very effective, and they are. Oh, cross it in, gets kicked back out. Cross back in, gets kicked back out again, and Matt Godden for Charlton. Back to Ramsey. Small crosses it in, and Baggett kicks it out, and Coventry again, and he kicks it in. Husband kicks it out. Coventry kicks it to Jones, and Charlton are keeping it in here now. Kicks it back in. Blackpool kick it back out again, and it was heating up down there at Blackpool. It may not be summer, but it's certainly heating up.
We're not seeing the ball, and that's never a good sign.
I will have my lunch at some point. It's Blackpool 0, Charlton 0. However,
yes, Southampton are alive. Believe it or not, Joe Aribo has scored for the Saints.
Southampton have actually scored, which is strangely. Ipswich were actually playing really well, and we were watching. We were talking about that one earlier on. So we were watching it. And Southampton kept going down the left-hand side, but they weren't actually getting it into the box.
Down the left-hand side is Bidwell.
So we've got Blackpool just starting to. They're starting a little bit better, Blackpool, I would say.
It's finally hooked clear and away by Fulton.
And Rotherham are now in the Birmingham half. We'll just watch this, see where this one fails. They give it back to the goalkeeper. And he's kicking it back around. We're just kicking it around the defence, I think, at the minute. Back up to halfway. Can we make it over halfway? We have. We get into the final third. My God, we're in the final third. Oh, and it's kicked out, and it's a Rotherham throw-in. This could be a dangerous throw-in. Let's see whether we do anything with it.
No, finishing not a strong point.
If we're going to score, it's going to be from something like a free kick or a throw-in or a corner, and it gets thrown in short. Oh, right across the back of the box. But we just can't get us. Oh, shot off target. We've actually made a shot. Probably our first shot, and it's off target, and it's going to be a goal kick to Birmingham. So
should have dealt with that defensively and didn't.
So let's have a look down one or two here.
From Luke Williams' point of view, the worry will be that
full time at Barnsley 0-0, full time at Stevenage 4, Exeter 1. We were going to go, and I'll just have a quick look at the percentages for Blackpool. Blackpool 45%, 55% possession to Charlton. So although Charlton are doing more with the ball, they actually have less of the ball. So but with what the ball they are having, they're actually doing better with it. And saying that, they go straight from the right hand side, cross it into just outside the box in the middle, and it's shot, and it's off target for Blackpool from quite close range actually. So should be doing better with that. 24 minutes. It's Blackpool 0, Charlton 0.
Here comes Swansea again. It's Timon's ball into the box. It's not a bad one, and it needed a touch.
Swansea 0, Coventry 0, as we're listening to, if you want to listen to that. It's Hull City 1, Stoke 0, Leeds 2, Cardiff 0. It's like I said, it's Ipswich 0, Southampton 1, and Everton 2, Leicester 0. I would say that the Ipswich game, that's gone slightly against the run of play. However, Southampton are indeed winning.
Does it came past him? Whether he touched it or not, no idea from the pictures we're seeing.
Can Southampton get out of the quagmire? Let's go to the next one. Cambridge Wycombe. Now Cambridge, they're one of these teams that can either do really well or do just less than average. Let's see which. How's that done? Well, let's see which Cambridge side has turned up. It's 46% possession to Cambridge, 54 to Wycombe Wanderers.
throwing some gestures back towards
And
the team.
as the issue was between the two. The commentator just said here, little to report from the first quarter of the game. Both defences have the ball and can't be broken through. So it is quite a. It looks like this game is one of those games where Wycombe don't want to lose it, certainly not to Cambridge, and they know that they can pull out the odd amazing game, and Cambridge really can't afford to be losing anymore. They're really in a dangerous position down there. So neither of them wanting to really lose this one. And it looks like they both put up the defences. Bournemouth versus Liverpool. We'll have to go there. It's a penalty to Liverpool. Liverpool have a penalty. Shall we stay with it? We'll stay here. Liverpool just got a penalty. I knew something had happened. And Liverpool have a penalty. So it's Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0. But Liverpool have a penalty just to get that first position even more solidified. Let's wait for the Liverpool penalty. We're listening to Coventry winning 1-0. If you're wondering who the commentator is talking about.
At the moment, it's been so easy for Dover, as you say, for Coventry. All he's had to deal with his back passes. So
Coventry doing really well. No shots against the Coventry City goalkeeper. We're still waiting for the penalty from Liverpool.
Quick goal, by the way, at the new Den. Millwall now leading QPR 2-1. There were 2 goals in the first.
QPR now winning. Millwall leading QPR 2-1. There we are. We've got that one. VAR. Hang on a minute. What?
Cardiff 0 and
reviewing the penalty. That VAR are reviewing the penalty. I've never seen. Have any of you lot actually heard of this? So Liverpool reviewing the penalty. So I take it that means did the goalkeeper move before the ball was kicked? I mean, there's very little that a penalty taker can get wrong, isn't there? I think. We're going to have to wait for this, aren't we? Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0. Bournemouth have just given away a penalty. Liverpool are now. They're waiting for the VAR report on the penalty. So let's see what happens. Because I'm looking at this on Bet365, so I don't get to see anything other than the fact that it's a penalty has been taken, and that it is being reviewed by VAR. As Cambridge are really doing quite well, to be quite honest. They're actually keeping it in midfield and passing it between midfield and defence. We run down the left-hand side, but Wycombe intercept that one. There's no report from that one. Wanting this report from the Liverpool penalty. There's a VAR review. If anybody has an idea of what happened, then please do tell me. And it's been allowed. It's a goal for Liverpool. It's Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1 after a VAR check on that one.
Players all over the place as the shot comes in, but the referee has already given a foul.
Ipswich Southampton. We need to go to that one as well. Ipswich attacking, but Ramsdale grabs that one. And Ipswich is still pushing away there.
Good to see that, isn't it, when you see a player who's been through the entire sort of
that must have hit the bar because
captain of the first team.
Ramsdale got that one from a bounce off the post, and Ipswich gather it back again. And Ipswich are just. You wouldn't tell they were 1-0 down. You wouldn't tell Ipswich were 1-0 down. They're steady. They're trying to keep possession. However, it's still Ipswich 0, Southampton 1. And I tell you what, I'm looking on here at Cambridge 0, Wycombe Wanderers 0. As Cambridge give it away there to Wycombe Wanderers. Quick free kick short, taken short by Wycombe. Comes back.
Thomas will
As Ipswich come forward. Ipswich who equalise. It's Ipswich 1, Southampton 1, and they nicked it off Southampton in their own half. Broadhead, I think it was, that did the interception, and it just went straight down from their own half, straight through the defence, and it's a goal for Ipswich. It's Ipswich 1, Southampton 1, but we do have to wait. We do have to wait. I've got a feeling this is going to be VAR. Is this going to count?
Absolutely, falling like a stone.
It looks like a VAR. As Cambridge have a shot. No, it's Wickham goal kick. Owls 0, Luton Town 1, and the Owls were really thinking that they were going to be pushing for that 5th and 6th slot. It has been allowed. It's Ipswich 1, Southampton 1. I thought that was going to VAR out that one, wasn't it? So we had 2 VARs in last minute. One on the Liverpool penalty, which was allowed. So it's Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1. We've then had an Ipswich equaliser, which was quickly put aside by VAR. No, we don't need it. It's okay. Ipswich 1, Southampton 1. Ipswich are slightly ahead on that one. They do. I was saying before that they're not getting panicked. They're 1-0 down. They're not being panicked. They're playing possession football. They're keeping it, and all of a sudden they lose it, get it back, thread it from their own half, and it's straight in the back of the net. It was a really good piece of attacking football. Leeds United 2, Cardiff 0, Hull City 1, Stoke City 0, and Millwall 2, QPR 1. I wanted to go to Derby versus Sheffield United as free kick to Cambridge. Cambridge are, if you're a Cambridge fan, Cambridge are doing very well. Cambridge are actually doing what most people do against Birmingham, and I hope Rotherham are 10 at the back and just let's try and catch them on the break. It is working. It is definitely working.
We've not mentioned really in this game.
Championship, where's Sheffield United? There it is.
No, he hasn't, and he's a central midfielder.
33 minutes. It's a very tight game, this one. It's very, I mean, if you were going to look at this, it looks like it's it looks like they're both just not wanting to lose it, which is strange because Sheffield United should be wanting to just keep going, keep chasing Leeds. Derby County now have it in their own half in defence. Oh, they tried threading it down the left hand side, but they just couldn't chase it quick enough, and it went out for a Sheffield United throw in their own half. And what we got at Leeds, something's happened at Leeds. Oh, it's another goal for Leeds. It's Leeds 3. It's Leeds 3, Cardiff 0.
That was a better opportunity than his first.
It was, and he
let's see. Well, I don't know who got scored the first two. Aronson on 6 minutes. Solomon on 13. No, it's been disallowed. It's been disallowed. It's Leeds 2. It's still Leeds 2, Cardiff 0. That one got disallowed as Sheffield United have another throw in exactly the same position. So that we nearly had got a third goal there. Disallowed for Leeds. Millwall and the Millwall QPR game, 35 minutes in, and it's Millwall 2, QPR 1 as Derby intercept that one. Thread it through to the final third, but Sheffield United intercept that one at first touch, straight back into the corner, and they're trying to work it out. Kick it off a Derby player, and it's a Sheffield United throw-in right by the flag. Throw it long into the middle, goes through the centre circle, out through the other side, and Sheffield United are trying to fade it down the right and left hand side, but it comes back. They couldn't quite get past that defensive line. They've got quite a set, solid, flat back line, and they just can't get past that solid line. It is indeed Swansea 0, Coventry 1 as we're listening to. It's Sheffield Wednesday 0, Luton Town 1. And Sheffield United are just... It's all Sheffield United in midfield at the minute, and it's just short passes, mainly sort of midfield stroke left hand side, just tapping it around. And said that they've swapped sides to the right. Will this work for them? Have they pulled the defence across a little bit? No, they haven't. And it comes back into the... They're keeping the ball. I tell you what, they won't let go of the ball, Sheffield United. It's an amazing show of keeping the ball. It's just... Derby County haven't got a chance of getting this ball. They really haven't. Down the left-hand side, crossing it in. No, it gets kicked straight back out. And Sheffield United keep the ball. There are Derby County players around it. Across the right-hand side, see where they can get in. Straight down into the right-hand corner. It's all Sheffield United at the minute. Oh, Sheffield United have a throw in right by the flag. So let's see. We'll just see this one. As Sheffield United take this throw in on their right. Near the flag, it comes back slightly. It's a short one, slightly backwards. It's like back into sort of midfield. At Derby County nicked that one. It's a free kick to Derby. They didn't want to let go of that one. Sheffield United, I don't think. So that game is getting quite. It's almost like a bit heated. Derby County not being able to get the ball. The first time they get the ball, Sheffield United go and give away a free kick. It's still Rotherham United drawing 0-0 away at Birmingham. It's 37 minutes there. Let's go to Portsmouth Burnley, shall we? Portsmouth 0, Burnley 0, and we I put Portsmouth 1, Burnley 2 here. 2 yellow cards, 1 each, 1 for Dozzle for Portsmouth, 1 for Connor Roberts for Burnley. I want to see what Portsmouth have got a back line of Swanson, Aikens, Shaughnessy and Ogilvy. Have they got the new our guy on in the substitutions?
But it's a mark of how different these two sides are on the field.
Substitutes: Pack, Sadie, Cohen, Bramall, yes, he's in there. Waddington, Devlin, Blair, Archer, Matthews, Hayden. Wow. Was good when you get all those substitutes rather than could only just muster four before the last guy they bought.
By the way, after a VAR check, so it remains 1-0 to Liverpool at the Vitality, and it's Newcastle 1, Fulham 0 in the game at St James's Park. Murphy has scored the goal for Newcastle. 1-0 it remains in our game. Coventry looking
Liverpool must have got another one that's been ruled out, so it's Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1, Everton 2, Leicester 0, Ipswich 1, Southampton 1, and we have a goal at Newcastle. It's Newcastle 1, Fulham 0, and Newcastle not really impressed me, I must admit. Newcastle does look like they will be winning that one. They just seem to be... Fulham seem to have no teeth at the minute on that one. Let's see where we're going to go. We'll go for... We've been there. We've been there. Let's go. We'll go to Crawley Wrexham. We've got a goal in there. Crawley 0, Wrexham 1. Crawley have almost 60% possession here, and Crawley are actually on top. Oh God, this is ridiculous. Crawley can't be on top.
He's then lost it though. Rather scrappy spell of players. Fulton picks up possession.
Crawley are actually doing quite well. Crawley are actually doing quite well. They're just letting Wrexham letting Wrexham through too easily. And Matty James there scoring on 2 minutes for Wrexham. Let's have a look at the game. Crawley are in the attack. Let's just see a couple of attacks from Crawley. Let's see whether they can do anything about this. Crawley now in midfield, trying to push it through that back line. I wonder what the lineups are. So yeah, Crawley, Wrexham have stopped doing that 5 at the back, haven't they? They've gone 5. They've gone 3, 5, 2, 1, and hang on, 3, 5, 2. Sorry, they've gone 3, 5, 2. I was just taking the Crawley attacker then. 3, 5, 2, which is quite interesting. Crawley have a corner. Let's see what Crawley do from the corner. Let's see whether they're going to go and kick it into the box, and it's just tapped out. Oh yeah, it was tapped out by a Crawley player, and Crawley have a shot, but it's bounced off a defender. It comes back out, and they kick it back towards the corner where it came from, where the original cross came from. And it's now one of those little tussles in the corner. Who's going to kick the ball out of the? Who's going to kick the ball over the line first? And at the minute, neither of them. It doesn't look like any of them's going to give way. So it's staying in the corner. Everybody's. It's like schoolboy football, isn't it? And it does go out again, and it goes through a corner again to Crawley. So Crawley have another corner. They doggedly wouldn't shift, and it ended up with Wrexham player tapping it out by accident. It's an equaliser at Hull City. It's Hull City 1, Stoke City 1. So we've got an equaliser there. Everton 2, Leicester. Oh, it comes in and goes straight out to the other side for Crawley, and Crawley kick it in, and Crawley have a shot, but it's blocked on the line and gets kicked back out all the way into the Crawley half. Crawley now, they're really pushing for this equaliser. How many minutes we had? 42 minutes 47, and Crawley are actually trying to get an equaliser here, and it doesn't look like it doesn't look out of the question. This must be one of those little 40-minute slots where Crawley would play really well. Let's see if they come out in the second half still playing well. They tend not to. If they play well in the first half, they tend not to in the second. It's Crawley 0, Wrexham 1. Listening to the commentary game, if you're interested, please do like and subscribe. There's loads of news. We've started to pound the news items quite heavily. So yeah, if you want any of the news, I do try and put a few shorts out for you. I do lots of predictions. I did stop for a while because not many people were listening to or watching them. However, it's right outside. It's outside the box. I thought Crawley had given away a penalty there, but Wrexham have a very dangerous free kick here. They have players who can absolutely swing that one in from there. And Rotherham has scored! It's Rotherham United 1! It's Birmingham 0, Rotherham 1! What the hell's happened there? Rotherham are actually leading! I can't believe it! We've had about 20% possession and we're 1-0 up.
The ball is there to be won, but then it's not the best really.
We're waiting for Wrexham free kick. I'm going to wait for the Wrexham free kick.
Had to think about it there. I think it was Christie they're coming across as well, but yeah.
Oh, because it's short. They kick it short to the left. They didn't try and kick it in. Wrexham take it into the corner.
No cards yet for Coventry, but certainly.
And it's a corner for Wrexham. I'm stunned. I'm stunned as to why they didn't just kick that one in. That was a brilliant position to get it in from, but it just didn't happen. And Wrexham have a free kick. Sam Nombe actually has scored for Rotherham. So Sam Nombe on 44 minutes. Crawley intercept that corner. kick it out. Can they take them on the break? They'll surely have. They'll have a go. They've gone over the halfway line, down on the right hand side, further down into the box, and Wrexham tackle him, and that was a very good sprint finish there by Crawley. Nearly did it as well. Absolutely nearly did it. But Wrexham welly into the Crawley half. It's actually a really good game. This is actually a good game. I'll tell you what, the Crawley game is 3 minutes extra time. It's surprisingly a good game. I thought Crawley 40-45 minutes good play. Give up for the rest of it. Okay, we're only halfway. They're 1-0 down, but they're not giving it. They're not giving in. They are trying. See any other ones finishing for half time. We have half time at Leeds. It's Leeds 2, Cardiff 0. We have half time at Millwall. It's Millwall 2, QPR 1. That's certainly against they haven't been playing well of late, especially, and even at home. The home form seems to have dropped as well. But they're winning 2-1. They were 1-0 up, then were equalised, and then it's 2-1. Portsmouth 0, Burnley 0. That's half time. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Luton 1. That's half time.
Sheffield Wednesday 0, Luton 1 at half time as well.
What's this here? Swansea. It's Swansea 0, Coventry 2. Listen to the broadcast.
Made a mistake here. Shot comes in from distance. Oh, it's a superb goal. The ball drops away. Thomas Asante just takes it first time. Sees the Laquari slightly off his line. Gets enough on it. It's over the top of the keeper. He can't get back quick enough. And Coventry out of nothing. A 2-0 up.
Whoa, that was just what I was saying now. Like, I can see it. I see it before it actually happens. So, like, I know that second goal's going in, and it's like, oh, listen to it. Any half times. Blackpool 0, Charlton 0 is half time. Cambridge 0, Wickham 1 is 48 minutes. So we're still waiting for half time there. Crawley 0, Wrexham 1 is half time. Leyton Orient 0, Stockport 1 is half time. There's been a red card at Shrewsbury. There's been a red card at Shrewsbury. It's Northampton 2, Huddersfield 0. Ouch! What the hell's happened there? It's Northampton 2. I'm going to have to see when the goals were, because I've been watching other games. If you want me to watch yours, then please do tell me who you support. Let's just look at this. So, first goal on 32 minutes by Hoskins for Northampton. Second goal for Eves. Eves has scored. He could never score for us. Eves has scored on 40 minutes, and it's Northampton 2, Huddersfield 0.
1 minute of stoppage time.
Absolutely unbelievable. And it's all Northampton. 7 shots to Northampton, 3 on target, 2 in the net. Huddersfield, 2 shots, 1 on target, none in the net. It's all Northampton. I can't believe that. That's all Northampton. Reading 0, Bolton 0. And Shrewsbury, 10 men Shrewsbury 0. Mansfield 1, 48 minutes. Wigan 1, Lincoln 0. That's 49 minutes. We're finally at half time at Birmingham, so it's Birmingham 0, Rotherham 1, half time. Wimbledon 1, Bradford 0. That's still playing. Bromley 0, Grimsby 0 is half time. Carlisle 0, Swindon 1. Doncaster, that's half time. Half time at Doncaster. Doncaster 1, Milton Keynes 0. Harrogate 1, Crewe 0 is half time. Morecambe 1, Fleetwood 1 is half time. Newport County 0, Barrow 0 is half time. 10-man Port Vale 1, Accrington Stanley 0 is half time, and Tranmere 0, Colchester 2 is half time, and Walsall 0, Salford City 1 is half time. We will be doing a couple more League 2 ones when we come back from this break. I'm going to make a coffee. we got any other scores that we need to do before? Someone will score before I go off when I go off for coffee. Well, absolutely guaranteed. Absolutely guaranteed. It always happens. Absolutely. I'm trying to make sure that the Northampton game's on 51 minutes already. Northampton 2, Huddersfield 0. There's some strange scores. Cambridge are doing really well against Wickham. I know they're 1-0 down, but they are actually doing quite well. Rotherham are doing dreadful against Birmingham, but they're 1-0 up.
Time at the Swansea.com stadium. Swansea City 0, Coventry City 0.
Let's just check those. Okay, the championship is over. Everton, I told you, didn't I? Everton 3, Leicester City 0, Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1. That's half time. Ipswich 1, Southampton 1 half time. Newcastle 1, Fulham 0 half time. Let's see how many minutes we've got left at Everton. It is half time now, so that's that one. 3-0. I'm going to go for a cup of coffee. Please do stay online. Please do stay connected. I'll see you in about 5-10 minutes. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't done, because I do need it to be able to continue. It is a really tough thing to be doing all this and then just end up with one or two just disappearing every so often. So if you can help support me by just giving me a subscription, then that would be very, very handy. Be right back from there, and we'll transition that, and I shall see you listening to, I'll see you in about 5-10 minutes, listening to the Coventry City game, the review of it for half time, and I shall see you soon. Do like and subscribe.
Ellis Sims was put through by Thomas Asante. Good work from Asante to keep the ball in place. Sims drilling in from about 6 yards out. Then Coventry started to back off a little bit in the sort of 30th minute. Swansea seeing a bit more of the ball, forcing a good save out of Dobbin. But then as Gonzalo Franco gave the ball away in midfield, it was the first time ever from Asante from a long way out over the keeper, 2-0. Half-time at the Swansea.com stadium. It's Swansea City 0, Coventry City 2. And the home side haven't really been able to get into this game. Coventry, the better side throughout the first 45 minutes. And they took the lead after Ellis Sims was put through by Thomas Asante. Good work from Asante to keep the ball in place. Sims drilling in from about 6 yards out. Then Coventry started to back off a little bit in the sort of 30th minutes. Swansea seeing a bit more of the ball, forcing a good save out of Dobbin. But then as Gonzalo Franco gave the ball away in midfield, it was the first time ever from Asante from a long way out over the keeper, 2-0. Half-time at the Swansea.com stadium. It's Swansea City 0, Coventry City 2. And the home side haven't really been able to get into this game. Coventry, the better side throughout the first 45 minutes. And they took the lead after Ellis Sims was put through by Thomas Asante. Good work from Asante to keep the ball in place. Sims drilling in from about 6 yards out. Then Coventry started to back off a little bit in the sort of 30th minutes. Swansea seeing a bit more of the ball, forcing a good save out of Dobbin. But then as Gonzalo Franco gave the ball away in midfield, it was the first time ever from Asante from a long way out over the keeper, 2-0. Half-time at the Swansea.com stadium. It's Swansea City 0, Coventry City 2. And the home side haven't really been able to get into this game. Coventry, the better side throughout the first 45 minutes. And they took the lead after Ellis Sims was put through by Thomas Asante. Good work from Asante to keep the ball in place. Sims drilling in from about 6 yards out. Then Coventry started to back off a little bit in the sort of 30th minutes. Swansea seeing a bit more of the ball, forcing a good save out of Dobbin. But then as Gonzalo Franco gave the ball away in midfield, it was the first time ever from Asante from a long way out over the keeper, 2-0. Half-time at the Swansea.com stadium. It's Swansea City 0, Coventry City 2. And the home side haven't really been able to get into this game. Coventry, the better side throughout the first 45 minutes. And they took the lead after Ellis Sims was put through by Thomas Asante. Good work from Asante to keep the ball in place. Sims drilling in from about 6 yards out. Then Coventry started to back off a little bit in the sort of 30th minutes. Swansea seeing a bit more of the ball, forcing a good save out of Dobbin. But then as Gonzalo Franco gave the ball away in midfield, it was the first time ever from Asante from a long way out over the keeper, 2-0. Half-time at the Swansea.com stadium. It's Swansea City 0, Coventry City 2. And the home side haven't really been able to get into this game. Coventry, the better side throughout the first 45 minutes. And they took the lead after Ellis Sims was put through by Thomas Asante. Good work from Asante to keep the ball in place. Sims drilling in from about 6 yards out. Then Coventry started to back off a little bit in the sort of 30th minutes. Swansea seeing a bit more of the ball, forcing a good save out of Dobbin. But then as Gonzalo Franco gave the ball away in midfield, it was the first time ever from Asante from a long way out over the keeper, 2-0. Half-time at the Swansea.com stadium. Swansea City 0, Coventry City 2.
I'm actually going to try and see if I can find out what happened at the Liverpool game.
The first 45 minutes, and they took the lead after Ellis Sims was put through by Thomas Asante. Good work from Asante.
Where will I find it? Probably Sky.
Then Coventry started to back off.
We'll see if we've got anything from the. Oh, it all disappeared. Fancy doing that. We're going to have a quick look. I mean, if anybody does. See, this is what we're going to try and do a little bit more of. Liverpool game there.
Stadium, it's Swansea City 0, Coventry City 2, and the home side haven't really been able to get into this game. Coventry, the better side throughout the first 45 minutes, and they took the lead after Ellis Sims was put through by Thomas Asante. Good work from Asante to keep the ball in place. Sims drilling in from about 6 yards out. Then Coventry started to back off a little bit in the sort of 30th minutes. Swansea seeing a bit more of the ball, forcing a good save out of Dobbin.
I'm just going to move the
ball away in midfield. It was the first time ever from Asante from a long way out over the keeper. 2-0. Half-time at the Swansea.com Stadium. It's Swansea City 0, Coventry City 2, and the home side haven't really been able to get into this game. Coventry, the better side throughout the first 45 minutes, and they took the lead after Ellis Sims was put through by Thomas Asante. Good work from Asante to keep the ball in place. Sims drilling in from about 6 yards.
Nothing on there at
started
all.
To back off a little bit in the sort of 30th minutes. Swansea seeing a bit more of the ball.
No, don't you dare.
2-0. Half-time at the
So
Swansea.
Hull 1, Stoke 1.
Coventry City 2. And the hosts that haven't really been able to get into this game. Coventry, the better side throughout the first 45
Trying to find out what went with the Liverpool.
Good work from Asante to keep the ball in place. Sims drilling in from about 6 yards out. Then Coventry started to back off a little bit in the sort of 30th minutes. Swansea seeing a bit more of the ball.
Liverpool penalty.
But then as Gonzalo Franco gave the ball away in midfield, it was the first time ever from Asante from a
Come
long
on,
way
where's
out
the
over the
Liverpool
keeper.
penalty? Come on, give me the goal. Goal disallowed. Oh, they think that it was a Bournemouth leveller.
The better side throughout the first 45 minutes, and they took the lead after Ellis.
So it was Bournemouth that had the goal disallowed against Liverpool.
About 6 yards out. Then Coventry.
Oh, it was Liverpool, but it wasn't. It's Bournemouth.
Swansea seeing a bit more of the ball, forcing a good save out of Dobbin. But then as Gonzalo Franco gave the ball away in midfield, it was the first time ever from Asante from a long way out over the keeper. 2-0. Half-time at the Swansea.com Stadium. It's Swansea City 0, Coventry
We will
City
be
2.
starting soon.
And the haven't really been able to get into this game. Coventry, the better side throughout the first 45 minutes, and they took the lead after Ellis Sims was put through by Thomas Asante. Good work from Asante.
So Salah crashes the ball past Kepa, and it's 20 Premier League goals for the Liverpool man.
Gonzalo Franco gave the ball away in midfield. It was the first time ever
It
from Asante
doesn't say why. This looks quite a decent penalty, to be quite honest. It's to his right. He cracks it into the right-hand corner. Bournemouth keeper does go for it. Doesn't seem to have moved quick. I don't know what the.
From about 6 yards out. Then Coventry started to back off a little bit in the sort of 30th minutes.
No real reason as to why they VAR'd the penalty. I can't see why they VAR'd it. However, it did stand. It's Birmingham 0, Rotherham 1.
Coventry City 2. And the hosts that haven't really been able to get into this
and Nombe scores on that one. I can't believe we've scored. The stats here: 70% to Birmingham, 30% to Rotherham. Oh, no kidding. Well, it's not quite as bad as that. 68% possession to Birmingham, 32% to Rotherham. 9 shots for Birmingham, 4 on target, no goals. They'll be disappointed at 4 on target, no goals. What I always say, 4 shots on target, needs to come out with 1 goal. Rotherham 2 shots on target and 1 goal. So yeah. So Rotherham are doing what they didn't think they could do. 5 shots against Birmingham's 9, 2 on target against Birmingham's 4, and Rotherham 1-0 up. That actually puts Birmingham in 2nd place. Wickham first on 61 points. Birmingham 2nd on 60 points. Okay, they've got 2 games in hand. Okay, and I know before you Birmingham fans say, yeah, but we're doing that well. We've got okay. Rotherham are in 12th. We'd only be 5 points behind the 6th place position, which would be totally manic. I mean, we're playing garbage. At the minute, it's Shrewsbury 24th position on 20 points. It's Cambridge 23rd, 21 points. It's Crawley in 22nd on 24 points. It's Burton in 21st on 25 points. And then Bristol Rovers are in 20th on 28. And Northampton winning are in 19th on 30 points. So they're creeping away from Burton and managing to keep ahead of Bristol Rovers. So doing well there. Let's see what the rest of the games are in League 2, shall we? Shrewsbury Town, 10-men Shrewsbury Town 1-0. Mansfield 1. League 2, we have Bournemouth. Bournemouth. AFC. I was thinking AFC and then AFC Bournemouth. AFC Wimbledon 0. AFC Wimbledon 1. Bradford 0. Bromley 0. Grimsby 0. Carlisle 0. Swindon 1. Doncaster 1. Milton Keynes 0. Harrogate 1. Crewe 0. Morecambe 1, Fleetwood 1. When was our last goal then? Was that recent? Yeah, 41 minutes. So Fleetwood equalised on 41 minutes. So that was quite late, wasn't it? Newport 0, Barrow 0, 10-man Port Vale 1, Accrington 0. Tranmere 0, Colchester 2, Walsall 0, Salford City 1. I was just going to go down to the league just to see. We might as well have a quick look, can't we? Seeing as nobody's here, we might as well. So we have in first place Walsall 58, second Doncaster 52, third Notts County 50. Fourth is Wimbledon on 48. Fifth, Port Vale, 10-man Port Vale, 48. Sixth, Bradford in 47. And seventh, Crewe on 47. The next one is Salford City, who are winning. They're on 46. The bottom three are, so if we go for the three, 24th is Carlisle, 21. 23rd is Morecambe 21, and there's a big gap then to Tranmere Rovers on 26. So it does look like the wooden spoon will go to either Morecambe or Carlisle. Dundee 0, Hearts 2, Hibernian 1, Aberdeen 0, St Mirren 0, St Johnstone 0. Let's see. Oh, Tranmere. Well, we'll go to Tranmere Colchester. That's actually just started. So let's have a look at this. Colchester are Tranmere have got all the possession, but 57% of the possession. But Colchester seem to be certainly not out of it at the minute. 8 shots to Colchester, 2 on target, 2 goals. Tranmere, 57% of the possession, only 4 shots, none on target. If you didn't look at the score, which I didn't then, Tranmere 0, Colchester 2, you would be thinking that Colchester are doing well considering they haven't got as much possession. They're actually creating some good shots. Their XG as well is good, 1.44 as against 0.2. So Colchester are actually doing quite well as Tranmere try and get a goal back. They've got Jennings runs into the box and
started to back off a little bit in the sort of 30th
Got a corner.
Swansea seeing a bit more of the ball, forcing to save out a
Comes in, gets kicked out. Tranmere player must have tapped that one out. It's a Colchester throw-in in the Tranmere half. So Colchester gets the better side throughout the first 45 minutes. And Flanagan, Bishop for Colchester.
Good work from Asante to keep the ball in place. Sims drilling in from about 6
yards
out.
Oh, Finley grabs that one for Tranmere, intercepts it from Colchester. Oh, Flanagan does a good job of getting it, kicking it forward to the right hand side. And they're taking them on the break. And Turnbull nicks it, but loses it to Egbo. Egbo gives it to Payne. Payne is shot off target, bounces off a defender though, comes back in. Bishop gets a second ball there for Colchester, and Colchester down the right kicks it in, and again Tranmere just trying to keep the ball, trying to thread it through the middle, but Bishop grabs it for Colchester. I tell you what, Colchester don't have as much ball, but nearly have a shot on target there, but Edwards just couldn't quite thread it through, and Davies managed to kick it out. And it is all Colchester, absolutely all Colchester. We got Port Vale, Accrington, Stanley. Let's have a look at the stats first. 50-50 on possession, 4 shots to Port Vale, 1 on target, 1 in the net, and 1 red card. Wow. Accrington Stanley, 50% possession, same number of times they've been in each other's box. 2 shots for them, none on target, no goals. You know, you've got to be getting them on target. At least Port Vale have got 1 on target, and it went in the net.
That second goal conceded before half time just really derails them now.
It has, and as well,
Who else shall we look at going up here?
We've got to see Swansea in the game. You know, they just have
How about Bromley versus Grimsby? Bromley now having the ball, kicking it down the left-hand side. Rogers kicks it back, gives it to Obiku for Grimsby. Swansson, Rose, kicks it out. It's a dangerous throw-in for Grimsby. Grimsby now in a throw-in. Throw it in, into the box. Grant tries to kick it, but it just gets blocked and kicked out, but it doesn't go out on the left-hand side for Grimsby. They kick it in, and Bromley kick it straight back out. Goes into the Grimsby half, and it's Bromley 0, Grimsby 1. Grimsby kick it back down the left-hand side, try and cross it, and Curry gets the second ball, but then Thompson intercepts his pass. A little bit scrappy, a little bit sort of Division League 2-ish, I suppose. Rose is not doing too bad though for Grimsby. Tries crossing it to the near post, but Bromley managed to tap that one out, and I think that's a corner. Yep, so we've got a corner. Comes in, goes out to Grimsby, into the Grimsby half. And Grimsby are just about pushing it on that one. Bromley 0, Grimsby 1. Bromley were showing signs in his first couple of minutes of the second half. They were just trying to push Grimsby back a little bit, but they just don't seem to be able to get... Grimsby put one in the box, and Whiteley had to be really quick to kick that one sideways, and he tries following it, kicking it out, but Grimsby grab it, and Bromley put it out for a Grimsby throw. Let's just see where Grimsby could take this one. Short to Rose. Danny Rose for Grimsby.
Wide on the right hand side, you've got all the defensive line to look at.
And they're just passing it 1-2 in midfield at the minute.
It's just silly. Just poor play.
And
it's that mental thing, isn't it?
at this moment in time, it's 55% possession to Bromley. Bromley have in the first half had most of the play. In fact, they've had 8 shots, 2 on target, no goals. Grimsby, 45% possession, 2 shots, 1 goal, 1 on target.
Better as they go 3-0 up against Cardiff Dan James.
And yep, Sheffield United.
Chuckling Swansea supporters, please.
Absolutely.
I'll come out of the Chelsea game. Or Cheltenham game. Chelsea. Sheffield United. We go to Sheffield United. It's Derby 0, Sheffield United 1. It's Ben Berreton for Sheffield. Well, Santi couldn't do it this time. We're listening to Coventry. Coventry are actually really well on top at the minute. Swansea not quite. They should be playing a lot better at home, but they just don't seem to be. Coventry do look like they're going to win this one. Let's go out. We've got. Oh, have we got a goal at Mansfield? At Shrewsbury. Let's have a look. Shrewsbury 0, Mansfield 1, and something's happened because the odds disappeared. Injury to Maris. So they got injury to Maris. I think they thought it might be a red card. Doesn't look like. Oh, no, doesn't look like another red card. No. I think they were worried there that it was going to be another red card. Maris for Mansfield is now laid out injured. The the Betsters were there thinking that was going to be a second red card for Shrewsbury. Then they were like, in fact, they're still holding it off. They won't give us the odds back, which means that they're a bit worried. We look at the other. I mean, let's look at some of these results, guys. Leyton Orient 0, Stockport 1. Okay, Leyton Orient's train may have derailed a little bit. Northampton 2, Huddersfield 0, and actually they are the better side. So they're certainly the better side.
If he wasn't moving over to left and then it was a back pass, you criticise him for not trying to anticipate it. So it's just. Can't legislate for your central midfielder giving the ball away like that. That's what's really been the main problem there. But
I keep getting news items flashed up. It's giving me news items flashes from the Cambridge game versus Rotherham, which is like last week. Crawley 0, Wrexham 1, and Crawley are actually doing extremely well. They were just before the half time in one of their good spells. Which isn't that often, and they look like they might equalise, but let's have a look at it. They were doing really well. It's with Wrexham, with Dobson, Smith for Wrexham, kicks it far into the left-hand corner, but Crawley Town tap it back to the goalkeeper, Ibrahim now, and they'll try and build from the back for Crawley. Back to Conroy, back to Cox. Just trying to slow it down, I think, at the minute. Brunt, the kick it forward. Brunt kicks it out, and it's a Crawley throw-in. That was a strange way there for Wrexham. They were in the Crawley half, and it would have been easier just to kick it towards the goal, but he kicks it out for a Crawley throw-in. And Crawley kick it short, throw it short, down the right-hand side, but Wrexham intercept it, kick it towards the middle, but Kelly intercepts that, and it's getting a little bit bitty. There's very few decent passes in this game, which is strange for Wrexham, because we know they can play some good football, as O'Connell intercepts one there, and that goes down the middle, and it's Birmingham City 1, Rotherham 1. We've let one in. What did we think? 52 minutes and it's 1-1 at Birmingham. Cliff now for Crawley Town, and Crawley Town it gives it away. Wrexham comes in, Rodriguez, it's on target, comes back out. Cox clears it and Ratcliffe clears it to Foster, and it's getting quite when Wrexham are attacking, they're actually doing really well, and they're actually on they're doing really well at the minute. Blackpool 0, Charlton 2. Rotherham 1, Birmingham 1, Rotherham 1. Cambridge 0, Wycombe 1. Crawley 0, Wrexham 1. Lake Norwich 0, Stockport 1. Carlisle 0, Swindon 2. Wimbledon 1, Bradford 0. Let's have a look at Wimbledon again.
Because they know they've got people there.
At the minute, Wimbledon seem to be just holding off on this. They've actually got less possession. Bradford have got all the possession, but Wimbledon are having all the shots. And again, Wimbledon just sort of tapping it around defence, trying to get it into midfield. Patterson grabs it, gives it to Smallwood, and they pass it into defence. And what's happened down there? And yeah, we've got Stansfield scored for Birmingham. Throw into Bradford, kick it, throw it short. It's Wimbledon 1, Bradford 0. They kick it into the box, but Goodman can clear that one. Bradford they're trying to use their possession and just trying to slow the game down again there, but they just don't seem to be doing it. Wimbledon have got a good chance of trying to hold out with that one. Oh, Shrewsbury Town equalise. It's 10-man Shrewsbury Town 1, Mansfield 1. And who's have we got? Have we got who scored it? Yeah, we've got 54 minutes. It's Marquis has scored for Shrewsbury Town, and it's Evans on 5 minutes, Marquis on 54, and it's 10-man Shrewsbury 1, Mansfield 1.
He's not had a good game at all, as he's saying. Made the mistake that led to the goal.
Let's have a quick look at this one there.
Really been able to get foot on the ball.
Mansfield are making a substitution now, so that's that injury I think has made a bit of a pain for Mansfield, and we'll see. We'll eventually see who the change is.
Try and spread it out by trying to get a couple of wing backs out there to give them a little bit more of an option and some room to move into. But the problem at the moment is that Coventry now in shutdown mode.
I'll come back for that one, I think. So
in their respective position.
Whoops. So we've got Wigan 1, Lincoln City 0. Wigan now down the left-hand side, but Lincoln City intercepts that and pass it back to O'Connor. Ruffin, Jeffries, McGrandles, really quick short passes by Lincoln. This Wigan side though are more than capable of doing a good job. It's Leeds 3, Cardiff 0. Wigan, remember, have had how many players have they got in the January window? They've made about 4 transfers, I think, haven't they?
From a Swansea point of view, but there's going to be changes here, not surprisingly.
And they're decent signings. I think they're not too bad. Certainly mid-table, upper, yeah, mid-table or sort of up top half. They're winning 1-0. I mean, let's see where that takes them. Where's Wigan gone? Wigan, Lincoln. I'll find them in a minute. Wigan, it must be at the bottom. Wigan 1, Lincoln 0. 5th, 36 minutes, Johnny Smith. The table puts... See, Lincoln are 14th on 38. Wigan are now 16th on 36. Just for our supporters, Mansfield are now 12th on 38. Rotherham are 13th on 38. First we have Wycombe on 61. Second Birmingham on 61. And third Wrexham on 55. Fourth Stockport on 48. And let's just go.
Well, the changes are for the Podnik obviously will
let's go further up.
And Cooper has fresh legs further back.
Absolutely, so confirmation. The first change will be.
It's Derby County 0, Sheffield United 1. Sheffield United have been really doggedly pushing and pushing. But you know what Sheffield United are like? They don't score many. And they don't look like scoring many either. Hull City 1, Stoke 1. Pretty even game. Leeds 3, Cardiff 0. Could have been more than that. Millwall 2, QPR 1, and Millwall went in the lead. QPR equalised, Millwall went in the lead. They're just about cutting it, I think. Sheffield Wednesday have equalised it. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Luton Town 0. Swansea 0, Coventry 2. We heard that goal there. Ipswich 1, Southampton 1. It's now Newcastle 1, Fulham 1, and I didn't think that would happen. If we look at the game, Fulham Fulham have had more shots, but they've always been not bad, not great shots. XG for Newcastle is 0.67. The XG for Fulham is 0.53, and for a reason. Their shots just aren't quite technical. However, it's Newcastle 1, Fulham 1. 7 shots to Newcastle, 3 on target, 1 in the net. 12 shots to Fulham, but only 3 on target. See what I mean? They just seem to be like way gone and kicked far too far and high. It's Everton 3, Leicester 0. That doesn't like moving. It's Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1 from a penalty. The penalty was VAR, but it was accepted. It was actually Bournemouth that got. It was actually Bournemouth that got it in the net. I thought it was Liverpool. It was Bournemouth that got it in the net, and it was disallowed. So it would have been 1-1. However, Liverpool.
Yeah, it's a very good save from Migano, isn't it? Because he comes at him through players as well.
There's 63 minutes at Leeds. Have a quick look at the Leeds game. And Leeds have another shot, and it's on target, and it's Joel Perreault, and it comes out, and it's a yellow card for Cardiff. What's this? Is this a penalty?
Flicks off a defensive heel and flies up, and Donny cannot believe that he hasn't got.
Don't think it is. It's Leeds 3, Cardiff 0.
Long throw which isn't dealt with initially. The first header is blocked. Asante's effort is also
2 in the first half, 1 in the second. No. Let's have a look. Let's line up. Yeah, 50. James has Daniel James has scored on 50 minutes.
Unfortunately, it spins up and over somehow.
It is a penalty, isn't it? Yeah, it is a penalty. It's Leeds' penalty. I thought it was. It's a Leeds penalty. So we'll stay for the Leeds penalty. This will be 4-0 if they get it in. I thought it was. They gave him a yellow card, and they must be giving a penalty if it's a foul. And it is. It's a goal. It's Leeds 4, Cardiff 0, and Leeds are, let's just say, thumping poor old Cardiff. 71 attacks by Leeds. 71, my God. They had 54% possession, but 71 attacks to Cardiff's 44. And of those 71 times they've been in the Cardiff half, 42 times they've been in the final third. I mean, they're just playing great possession football, constantly in the Cardiff half, and it's backs against the wall for Cardiff, I think, on this one.
Many frustrations from a Swansea point of view, but that's particularly.
Let's go to let's go Ipswich versus Southampton. Why not? Ipswich. Look at a few stats first. 52% possession to Ipswich, 48 to Southampton. 12 shots to Ipswich, 4 on target, 1 in the net. Not so good for a Premier League side. Southampton, 48% possession, 7 shots, 2 on target, 1 goal. So they'll be a bit happier with their percentages, but Ipswich do need to get some more, 1 or 2 more of those on target, and 1 or 2 more of those on target in the net. So it's Southampton with the ball now. Bednarek. Cross it to the right hand side for Bree. Bree and Walker Peters getting a quick 1-2 with each other, trying to feed it down that right hand side. Comes back to Fernandez, who kicks it across the left-hand side, and oh yeah, Ipswich intercept that one. Comes back into the corner, pushed into the corner by Southampton. Really good play, but Southampton kick it out. It's an Ipswich throw-in.
And then just pushed him in the middle and back. It was all a little bit silly, a bit petty.
We were going to go and see, while we're watching the Ipswich Southampton game, and while you're listening to the, well, if you were here, you'd be listening to the Coventry game. We're just going to go and have a quick look at some of the other games. Hello there, Fearless. Yeah, Liverpool did indeed score from a penalty. They had a VAR check on it, and I can't think why they had it. I can't. There's no video out yet on it, but they had a VAR check on it, and it was allowed. And then straight after that, Bournemouth scored, but that was disallowed. And we had, of course, this morning we had Nottingham Forest 7. Yep, 7. Brighton 0. It's 69 minutes. 65 minutes at Bournemouth. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1. Liverpool. Liverpool, it's about 50-50 on possession, so it's not all one way. They've just brought Curtis Jones on, so we'll see what happens. But it was a Mo Salah penalty, 30 minutes. There's not an awful lot going on there, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he thinks there's a bit of a pullback from Lane Kitchen, but looking at the replay, I don't see it at all. There's hands on, but there's no actual contact.
Liverpool just seem to be happy, just sort of sitting back and allowing them to get themselves to keep the possession. A little bit dangerous. They did let one in the net, and it was disallowed. But if they're going to carry on like that, they could. We're a bit sort of tentative for Liverpool. My side, Rotherham, Birmingham 1, Rotherham 1. Surprisingly, we went ahead through Nombe, and then the Birmingham goal machine scored an equaliser just a few minutes ago. Blackpool 0, Charlton 2, 69 minutes. Matty Godden on 52 minutes for Charlton. And an own goal on 54 minutes by Oliver Casey. So 2 goals in 2 minutes have just seemingly sunk Blackpool. So that's Charlton, who seem to be going ahead with that one. What did we say for the Blackpool game? We said Blackpool 2, Charlton 2. It's Blackpool 0, Charlton 2 at the minute. So doesn't look like I'm going to get that one. We're gonna go to. Let's go to the Newcastle Fulham. Why not? We'll go Newcastle Fulham. So who's we are? Fulham are attacking at the minute. It's Newcastle 1, Fulham 1. And you know,
but that one was much better. Ball whipped in towards that near post.
The problem is that Fulham are actually the better side. However, they're just not shooting on target. The better side for shooting on target, at target, is Newcastle. So although they've not got the majority of the play, they've only got 40% possession, Newcastle. They actually have more shots on target. Fulham are just wasting all these efforts. As Ipswich have a shot that's blocked, and that comes away by Southampton. Does look like Southampton are putting up a good fight. Ipswich
spinning
are certainly playing quite well. It's 13 shots to Ipswich, 5 on target, 1 in the net. Southampton 7 on target, 7 shots, 2 on target, 1 in the net. They'll be more happier, I think, because 2 on target, 1 in the net is pretty good. Fulham are attacking down the right hand side. Coming down the right, trying to get into the corner, cross it all the way across the front of the goal. Nobody to tap it in, and it goes to the left hand side now. Still with a Fulham player on the far side. They've gone from right to left, and Newcastle intercept it, kick it out. It's gone off a Fulham player. It's a throw into Newcastle. They're going to do a substitution.
The ball is out for a throw in. To Coventry then, level with the edge of the Swansea penalty
Smith Rowe's gone off, and then we've got on Andres Pereira. We've got Pereira on, so this could be a bit of a push. Let's see. Oh, we've also got Jimenez off and Muniz Rodrigo on, so that's going to be a double change there.
Side.
So we'll see what else is happening. Let's go back out. We're listening to the Coventry game, so if anybody wants to listen to the Coventry game, tell me to shut up. We'll go to League 2. We did say we'd cover it. We've got Wimbledon is still 1-0 up against Bradford City. Bromley 0, Grimsby 2. Carlisle 0, Swindon 2. Doncaster 2, Milton Keynes 1. I think that was 2-0, wasn't it? It's now 2-1. Harrogate 1, Crewe Alexander 1. Oh, and look at this. Fleetwood have just let 2 goals in. It's Morecambe 3, Fleetwood 1. Newport 1, Barrow 0. Port Vale 2, Accrington 1. Tranmere 1, Colchester 3. Walsall 0, Salford 1. Salford just needing the points now. They can just keep the pressure on the top 7. They can certainly be up there. And Stoke City have just gone into the lead. It's Hull City 1, Stoke City 2. It's Leeds 5, Cardiff 0. It's something happening at Millwall. Let's have a look at Millwall. What's happening at Millwall? A yellow card for Millwall. They were thinking it was going to be a red card then, because they took the odds away, which means the people there were thinking it was going to be a red card. It was a yellow card for Millwall, so they get away with that one. QPR have had to make a substitution though, so it must have been quite a nasty tackle. So Millwall 2, QPR 1.
Can't take it quickly though, because there's nobody in a white shirt.
Portsmouth. Let's have a look at. We haven't looked at this one. Portsmouth 0, Burnley 0. And I really. Schmidt, the goalkeeper for Portsmouth, kicks it straight to a Burnley player who has a quick return shot straight down his throat, and he kicks it straight back out again. And Bishop manages to grab it for Portsmouth, run it down the left-hand side. And we're on 77 minutes. Ogilvie tries giving it back to him, but it gets kicked out for Burnley. But Portsmouth player tries kicking it back in. Lucas Perez grabs it for Burnley. Who's actually on top in this game? It's 58% possession to Burnley, 12 shots, 4 on target, no goals. 42% possession to Portsmouth, 14 shots, but only 3 on target. That's pretty poor, no goals. So it's quite even here. Either of these teams can and should score. 14 shots to what? There's been 26 shots in this game. 26 and no goals. You know, is this one of those that you would like to watch as a neutral? 26 shots, but very few of them on target. How many's on target? 26 shots.
there is that similarity between them, but
yeah, 7 on target. So I suppose not too many, but yeah, it would be interesting as a neutral, wouldn't it? An interesting game. Portsmouth 0, Burnley 0. Burnley have it now in defence. Egan Riley kicks it all the way to the box with Portsmouth end, and it gets kicked straight back out into the Burnley end. And it's end-to-end stuff, but Burnley just seem to grab it when it gets into their final third. It's Morecambe 3, Fleetwood 2. That game's kicking off. Morecambe game. I don't have any games in there that are of any interest. Halifax 2, Ebbsfleet 0.
Looks around for a flag that doesn't come, but the ball across is blocked by Liam.
York City 1, Dagenham and Redbridge 1. Yeah.
Possession though with Cooper on the right hand side. He keeps the ball.
It's with Portsmouth
from Bidwell. He's forced
down the left. Portsmouth seem to be always feeding it down the left, and I noticed that in one of their home games recently. They kept threading it down the left, and they're still doing it now. Let's see if they brought on. No, they've not made. Oh, no, they've not made the Rotherham substitution on yet. They've got Matthews and Hayden on for Shaughnessy and Potts.
From right to left.
So they seem to be sort of going more into a defence as Burnley have a shot on target, and Schmidt manages to parry that one away. And it's Burnley who are pushing now. It's 80 minutes. And
I was going to say that's better. Looking for Popolnik, but he just got away from the striker.
And Portsmouth have a goal kick, I believe, there. Leeds 5, Cardiff 0. Let's have a look at that one. Oh wow, they're just way ahead, aren't they? Substitution for Leeds now. Surely they're just going to hang back, aren't they? Let's go and have a look at the Liverpool game. It's Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 2. So they've actually added one while we've been talking. Let's have a look at who it is. So we've literally, that must be literally 1 minute ago, Liverpool, again, Salah shot, assisted by Jones, shot by Salah, so it's now 2 for Salah, 75 minutes out, and it's Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 2, and Bournemouth are actually attacking at a minute through Clivert. Tries kicking it, a fancy kick to the left, but Liverpool try threading it through, and Jones manages to get it for Liverpool back to Van Dijk, and Liverpool at the minute just trying to ease this one through steadily. So we're not seeing much in the. We've got Everton 3, Leicester 0. We've just had the Liverpool's goal. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 2. Bournemouth did have the ball in the net, but it was disallowed. Ipswich 1, Southampton 1. Looks like being that, but with the number of shots, really, we should be seeing something from there. Newcastle 1, Fulham 1, and Fulham really do have to be able to get some of these shots off target, need to be on target, because they're really poor as far as getting on target shots. Diaz for Bournemouth, for Liverpool, sorry. I was still mixing the colours up there. Back to Robertson, Gravenberch. Down the middle, Kirkers managed to intercept that for Bournemouth. Doesn't look, on the face of it, that's going to change too much. I think Liverpool look destined to win that one. I can't help thinking, but the Ipswich Southampton or the Newcastle Fulham game will not end even. Derby 0, Sheffield United 1, and Sheffield United just seem to be like hanging back and keeping the ball, not quite pushing for another goal to like keep it. Let's see if they've done any different in the last few minutes. 81 minutes. Yeah, the stats are still the same. It's 7 shots to Derby, 2 on target, no goals. 6 shots to Sheffield United, 3 on target, 1 goal. They have got 54% possession, but they're not doing a massive amount more than Derby as far as gameplay and technical ability. They're just keeping the ball more often and just tapping it around at the back. And I wouldn't say never for Derby. Derby 0, Sheffield United 1, but Derby are not out of this one. Not by a long shot. They're pretty even that game. Sheffield United not looking like they're going to get any push for that second goal. There's something at Newcastle. Let's go to Newcastle. Oh, that was a...
for him as well so far.
Well, the ball is. We're not showing us what's happened.
Players to come on.
How is they show us what? They tell us something's happened and they won't tell us what it is. Newcastle 1, Fulham 2. It is. It's been a goal. I said something had happened, so it tells me something's happened. It wouldn't tell me what it was. It's a goal for Fulham.
Clear-cut signs of this.
I think we're VARing it.
Back into the game.
We'll wait for the odds to come back to prove that it is actually allowed. At the minute it's showing Newcastle 1, Fulham 2, but it's not being clarified yet. So we will wait a second. It's Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 2. We will wait for this Fulham goal just to see whether the Fulham goal has been allowed, and it has. It's Newcastle 1, Fulham 2. It has been allowed. I doubt it'll tell me who it. Oh, Birmingham have took the lead against Rotherham. Damn it! We're not going to get a point. Well, we thought we might get a point, but we didn't. So Newcastle 1, Fulham 2. That's just took me off guard. That has. Millwall 2, QPR 1. It's still Portsmouth 0, Burnley 0, and it just looks a bit dull down there at the minute. Something at Sheffield Wednesday. Something happens at Sheffield Wednesday. Let's see what happens here. Drum roll. No, we're carried on. That was a close call, but Sheffield Wednesday 1, Luton 1, Swansea 0, Coventry 1, Birmingham 2, Rotherham 1, Blackpool 1, Charlton 2, and 2 quick goals there in the second half have taken Charlton into the lead, but Blackpool have pulled one back. Cambridge 1, 10-man Wickham 1, and Cambridge were actually starting to come back in that game with 10 men. Can Cambridge turn it round? Looking at how they were playing, I wouldn't put it past them. I really wouldn't. Crawley 0, Wrexham 1, 84 minutes. Wrexham were just allowing Crawley to attack them a little bit, but they don't play well for long enough, so they've just not been doing very well. And I've just seen it down here. I don't know if Roy is watching. It's 10-man Shrewsbury Town 2, Mansfield 1. And let's have a look at the timeline. Literally 2 minutes ago. No, that's a bit better. Where's that goal gone? Third goal, 63 minutes. That's 20 minutes ago. So we've been talking about all these other goals, and Shrewsbury Town have got what looks like to be the winner at home to Mansfield Town. Wigan 1, Lincoln 0, 10-man Carlisle 0, Swindon now 3, Bromley 0, Grimsby 2. Grimsby did actually look like they were well on top in that one. Well, Wimbledon 1, Bradford 0. Bradford kept trying, but they just can't get past into that final third. Doncaster 2, Milton Keynes 1. Milton Keynes don't seem to be giving up in that one. They just keep coming back and pushing a little bit further. Harrogate 1, Crewe 1, Morecambe 4, Fleetwood 2. This one's been up and down like a bloody yo-yo. Newport 1, Barrow 0, 10-man Port Vale 2, Accrington Stanley 1, Tranmere 1, Colchester 3, and Colchester are actually pretty well. They've got that one sewn up, I think. Walsall 1, Salford 2. Salford just trying to keep it up there. And it's a goal for Huddersfield. It's now Northampton 3, Huddersfield 2, and we're seeing goals go in. Let's just see. We haven't been to Rotherham because I just dread going to it. Rotherham, oh God.
Sheffield Wednesday, but that's now back to 1-1 as Cooper.
Sheffield Wednesday 1-1.
Two defenders in front.
Just heard that one.
By Thomas.
Going to Championship.
I suppose both in that sense, because it wasn't a push in terms
Oxford 1, Bristol City 1 this lunchtime. Plymouth 2, West Brom 1 this lunchtime. Watford 0, Norwich 1 this lunchtime. And so far we have Derby County 0, Sheffield United 1. Sheffield United, yeah, they're not over and done with. Derby could still get a goal in this last 4 or 5 minutes. Hull City 1, Stoke City 2, Leeds 5, Cardiff City 0, Millwall 2, QPR 1, Portsmouth 0, Burnley 0. I think they'll be happy with that. 90 minutes, their defence has been a little bit iffy, to be honest. Allowing the Burnley side in far too often. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Luton Town 1, Swansea 0, Coventry 2, which is what we're actually listening to.
Somehow gets to it, finds Sakamoto, it's down that left-hand side over here.
League 1, Barnsley 0, Burton 0 was a final score. Stevenage 4, Exeter 1 was a final score. At the minute it's Birmingham 2, Rotherham 1, Blackpool 2, Charlton 2, and Blackpool have equalised. And Blackpool are a surprise one. Now, what did we say for the Blackpool game? Blackpool. We said Blackpool. We said Blackpool 2, Charlton 2, and it is Blackpool 2, Charlton 2. Wow, we might get a score right there. That'd be really good for me. Cambridge 1, Wickham 1, and Cambridge have. It's Cambridge 1, 10-man Wickham 1, isn't it? So Cambridge have indeed equalised. Wickham are probably reeling from that 10-man Wickham, and they've just let one in. Crawley 0, Wrexham 1, and Crawley are still pushing. They're still trying to get that goal. But the surprise goal at the minute is Cambridge 1, 10-man Wickham 1. The other surprise... Oh, there's another goal! Oh, yeah, of course, they got that one, didn't they? It's Northampton 3, Huddersfield 2. It's just been a goal pie. It was 2-0 to Northampton. Then the next time look, it's 3-2 to Northampton. Ridiculous. Reading 1, Bolton 0. It's 10-man Shrewsbury 2, Mansfield Town 1, and that is a surprise. That is a real surprise. It's not a surprise my team losing, but you know, mine. Wigan 1, Lincoln 0. It's still Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 2. It's still Everton 3, Leicester 0. They don't really look like changing. And Southampton have gone into the lead. It's Ipswich 1, Southampton 2, and that's against the run of play. Definitely against the run of play. That Ipswich were pressing quite firmly to try and get a winner, and they've obviously left themselves open at the back because they were doing that. Newcastle 1, Fulham 2. And Fulham were doing well. It's just they couldn't get. They were having loads of shots, but were all off target. And just as I said, look, you need one or two of these to be more on target. Like, you're not going to score with them off target. They scored. Newcastle 1, Fulham 2. Tonight we've got Wolves and Aston Villa. Anything from League 2, Wimbledon still 1-0 up. Grimsby 2-0 up. Swindon 4-1 ahead away to Carlisle. Still Doncaster winning 2-1 at home to Dons. Anything else? Harrogate 1-1. Morecambe 4, Fleetwood 2. That's been a good game.
Technically, it was on the target.
And Salford have just let one in. Walsall 2, Salford 2, and Salford needed that to keep up with the top 7, didn't they? They didn't need to be losing that goal there. That's quite a nasty one to be losing for them.
Yeah, this seems open.
So let's have a look around. I say Cardiff
will come off.
look like they're dead and buried, don't they? 6. It's Leeds 6, Cardiff 0. Ouch. So Leeds are well and truly scuppered, I think, aren't they? I think the Portsmouth game is now finished. Portsmouth 0, Burnley 0. Sheffield Wednesday is now finished. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Luton 1. We're starting to see games finishing now. Let's see the end of the Rotherham game. 6 minutes stoppage time for Rotherham.
Into the 90th minute with Coventry.
Can they equalise in? No. Don't be silly. I want to see the percentages here, because the percentages must be absolutely amazing.
Still pushing forward down the right-hand side, but it's a forlorn effort as Robert tries to chip a ball in. That's headed away and straight out for a throw-in.
I'm trying to find the stats here.
10 yards away from the corner flag.
It's 71% possession to Birmingham City.
Drysdale indicates the ball is played forward.
And Rotherham have it in their own half, so we'll leave those doing that. It's still Shrewsbury 2, Mansfield 1. It's 91 minutes of 95. And Shrewsbury now. Marquis. Oh, McDonald grabs that one for Mansfield, but tries crossing it in, but Marquis intercepts it, kicks it out. Mansfield kick it back in. Pierre grabs it for Shrewsbury Town and tries kicking it out, but at the minute, Quinn kicks it back in, and Pierre once again kicks it out. And it's a little bit ping-pong bally at Shrewsbury.
Not that it's too outstanding to pick Burnley as a 0-0. I would back.
And it's a throw-in to Mansfield. It's a dangerous throw-in. It's right near the corner flag on the left-hand side, as Birmingham are caught offside.
Good advantage played by Sam Allison. Into the penalty area.
Doesn't look like we're going to get any more goals in the Birmingham game.
To the path of Rodriguez, but it just gets away from him. Vigaroo will roll it out. Full time at the new den. It's finished Millwall 2, Queen's Park Rangers 1.
Millwall 2, Queen's Park Rangers 1. You heard that's a final score. Substitution for Shrewsbury. This is definitely wasting time, isn't it? Let's walk off as slowly as we can. Let's roll an attack down the right hand side, but they're not going to do anything with this. Trying to get it in. I don't know whether they've actually brought. Let's have a look whether they brought their new guy on. 3 yellow cards for Rotherham. Green off, Sibley off.
Too little, too late. If there's anything now, 2 minutes of the 3 gone.
So Wilkes off, Gore on. Why has he brought Wilkes off and Gore on? Green off, Hugill on, and Sibley off and Jack Holmes on. He's given up. He's given up, hasn't he? That's just a weird thing to do. Very weird. Never mind. It's just typical of. Oh, and Mansfield have a shot. It comes back out. He has another shot. Comes back out. Has a third shot. Comes back out again. 3 shots in a minute. And Mansfield are really pushing there. But they couldn't get it in the net. And they got 1 more minute to try and get something. And doesn't look like it's going to be any time soon. That was close. Bowery now for Mansfield, and it's looking like we can write the Rotherham game off. It's going to finish in 5 minutes' time. It's going to 3 minutes' time. Sorry. It's Birmingham 2, Rotherham 1. As Shrewsbury have a shot, but it's off target. 10-man Shrewsbury 2, Mansfield 1. Birmingham 2, Rotherham 1. They're going to close everything on here now because it's getting too close to the end. Mansfield do a long kick, but Pierre grabs it, kicks it, tries to clear it.
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match?
Gregory.
Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any...
Okay, I've lost it. Go away. Just as... Oh, it's Leeds 7 now. Leeds 7, Cardiff 0. Northampton 3, Huddersfield 2.
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to...
Shut up. So... Go back in that way. It's Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 2. Everton 4, Leicester 0 at the minute. Ipswich 1, Southampton 2. Southampton nicked it against the run of play. Does look like that's going to be finishing very soon there. Leeds 7, Cardiff 0. Swansea 0, Coventry 2. It looks like it's just about to finish. Shrewsbury, 10-man Shrewsbury 2, Mansfield 1. It's Wigan 1, Lincoln 1, Rotherham, Birmingham 2, Rotherham 1. Looks like it's about to finish in about 10-15 seconds. Northampton 2, Huddersfield, Northampton 3, Huddersfield 2. Amazing game, that amazing score. It's going to be interesting to see. Let us see what the actual games finish like, and then we will move on to the final positions in the final league. So we'll go through the scores in the four leagues, and we'll have a quick look at League One and the Championship for their positions. Might look at where Southampton are as well at the bottom of the Premier League. That'll be quite interesting. Does look like they're going to win today. 98 minutes, and Rotherham's game has ended. Birmingham 2, Rotherham 1. What else? Shrewsbury has finished. Shrewsbury Town, 10-man Shrewsbury Town 2, Mansfield 1. What else have we got to finish? We've got Huddersfield still losing away at Northampton, and Wigan 1, Lincoln 1 is still, that's 95 minutes. So we're trying to get those gone. We will go into the leagues. Let's just stay around for a minute, like and subscribe. We will be doing lots more videos about football during the week. I try and keep this going, but I can only keep it going if people actually bother to watch it and give me a couple of subscriptions. Because otherwise it's just me getting a sore throat and ranting away about football and scores to a blank screen. Thankfully, we've had people in most of the time, so it's been quite nice. But if you can think about giving me a subscription, that would be extremely nice. Very, very welcome. We're going to go into Sky Sports app now. We're just going to see as Northampton has finished. Northampton 3, Lincoln 2. That one's finished because that's my side and we know that's finished. So the only one not finished at the minute, that's just finished. Everton 4, Leicester 1. So we can go into the scores. We'll just go down the Premier League. Forest 7, Nottingham Forest 7, Brighton 0, Bournemouth, don't you dare disappear. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 2. Bournemouth had a goal disallowed. Everton 4, Leicester 0, Ipswich 1, Southampton 2. Southampton nicking it near the end there. And similar to Newcastle 1, Fulham 2. Fulham nicking it near the end. Let's just have a quick look at where Southampton are, because Newcastle are in 5th, Fulham are in 9th, Southampton are 20th with 9 points. They're still way behind. I mean, yeah, Southampton 9 points in 20th, Ipswich 19th with 16 points, 18th is Wolves with 16 points, 17th is Leicester with 17 points, and the two teams above them are quite a way ahead. Spurs on 24 points and Everton on 26. The chances of Leicester making those 7 points against Spurs and Spurs going down is pretty crap, really, isn't it? Liverpool are first, 56 points. Arsenal second, 47. Forest third with 47. So quite impressive. That no one really thought that was going to be the case, did they? We'll go to the Championship next. Oxford 1, Bristol City 1, Plymouth 2, West Brom 1. That's a surprise. Watford 0, Norwich 1, Derby 0, Sheffield United 1. And they didn't really look obvious to be winning that one all the way through. They did look like they could let one in, but they did win it. Hull City 1, Stoke City 2, Leeds 7, Cardiff 0, Millwall 2, QPR 1, Portsmouth 0, Burnley 0. I think Portsmouth will be happy with that. Their defence wasn't too good. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Luton 1, and Sheffield Wednesday came back to equalise there. Swansea 0, Coventry 2 is what we were listening to. Let's just look at the top. It was actually a penalty for Michael Smith on 60 minutes that equalised for Wednesday. Let's look at the table. The top 6, Leeds first, 63. Second, Sheffield United, 61. Third, Burnley, 58. Fourth, Sunderland, 55. Then we start going down, don't we? Fifth, Blackburn, 45, so 10 points gap there. 6th, West Brom, 44. 7th, Borough, 44. Probably the three that we'll be looking at that will be Norwich, Bristol City and Wednesday, who are all on 42. Coventry, though, they're up to 11th and on 41. The turnaround there quite significant. The bottom is still 24th, Plymouth 25 points, Luton in 23rd with 27, Derby County are in 22nd with 27 points. It's now Hull City in 21st with 29, and Portsmouth have gone up to 20th position with 30 points from 30. They're still not out of it, but they're showing signs of just being able to keep ahead of the game now, which is probably as much as the local fans here would dream of. We then go into League One. Barnsley 0, Burton 0, Stevenage 4, Exeter 1, and Exeter having a dreadful time recently. Birmingham came back from behind to win Rotherham 2-1. Blackpool 2, Charlton 2. Blackpool coming back to equalise there. Cambridge 1, Wickham 1, and Cambridge, they didn't look out of it at all at 1-0 down, and they came back against 10-man Wickham to equalise. Wickham won Cambridge 1, Wycombe 1, Crawley 1, Wrexham 2, and Crawley actually looked like they might just equalise in that one, but just as they did on 90 minutes, Wrexham won it on 90 plus 5. And how lucky was that, eh? Orient 0, Stockport 1, Northampton 3, Huddersfield 2, Reading 1, Bolton 0, Shrewsbury 2, Mansfield 1, Wigan 1, Lincoln 1. And we'll just quickly go through these because there's some interesting scores there. Look at the table. At the top we have Birmingham coming back from behind against Rotherham to win 2-1. They're first with 63. Wycombe are second on 59. Wrexham coming back with a 90 plus 5 minutes winner and now third with 55. There would have been quite a gap, wouldn't it? Fourth we have Stockport on 50, still sticking in there. Huddersfield, surprise defeat there. In fifth on 48, sixth Orient staying there 44. But look at this: 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th all on 44. Orient, Charlton, Reading, and Bolton. Now in 10th we have Barnsley on 43. Mansfield are now 14th on 37. Rotherham 15th on 37. We're getting a little bit of movement in that middle, aren't we? On the bottom we've got Cambridge on 22, but they're catching people up, aren't they? Shrewsbury now are off the bottom. They're in 23rd on 20. They're in 23rd on 23, and then we've got Crawley in 22nd on 24 points, and Burton in 21st on 25 points. I would say you've got Bristol Rovers in 20th on 28. You've got Northampton and Peterborough above there, but I don't see. There's only Northampton that could slip, I think, from that 18th, 19th pairing. So it's looking a bit grim for Cambridge. Shrewsbury do seem to be turning it around. Let's see what they can do. 2-1 winners today against Mansfield, and they only had 10 men, so they did well. Let's just have a quick look at League 2. We did say we were going to cover it. We will look through it. Cheltenham 1, Chesterfield 0, Gillingham 1, Notts County 2, Wimbledon 1, Bradford 0. Did look like to be Wimbledon all the way through. Bromley 0, Grimsby 2. They got better as the game went on, Grimsby, to be quite honest. Carlisle 1, Swindon 5, Doncaster 2, Milton Keynes 1, Harrogate 1, Crewe 1, Morecambe 4, Fleetwood 2. Fleetwood were in that game for quite a long time until Morecambe decided that they didn't want them in it. Please do like and subscribe. We've got Newport 1, Barrow 0, 10-man Port Vale 2, Accrington 1, Tranmere 1, Colchester 3. Colchester were constantly the better team in that, but Tranmere were doing more with the ball in the first half. Walsall 2, Salford City 2. They'll be disappointed because they really did need to be trying to keep pressure on those the top 7. It's the top 7 are Walsall in first with 59, Doncaster second with 52, Notts County third with 50, Wimbledon fourth with 48, Crewe fifth with 48, sixth we've got Port Vale with 48, and seventh we've got Bradford with 47. Like I said, eighth is Salford City with 44. Bottom couple of places, realistically I think it's going to come from one of those two, is Morecambe in 23rd with 23 points. They can now actually buy players, can't they? They've been allowed to in the last couple of days. 24th we've got Carlisle with 21. So it's been a mixed bag today. Rotherham going ahead and then keeping it for quite a long time, but then in the second half it just wouldn't fall for Rotherham, and they lose 2-1. Mansfield just not being able to get back against 10-man Shrewsbury, and and that one was a bit of a shocker. Portsmouth held on at home to Burnley and did a good job to get a 0-0 draw. Leeds 7, Cardiff 0. That's another shocker of the day. Plymouth earlier on. Plymouth 2, West Brom 1 was a bit of a shocker for me. We go back into nothing really from the Premier League. Forest 7, Brighton 0. That was a shocker. I didn't expect 7-0. Absolutely not. I expected Forest to win, but not by 7. Absolutely not. Like I say, we've got that in League in there. What do you have in League One? We had Stevenage 4, Exeter 1. That was quite an interesting game. And Charlton looked like winning away at Blackpool, but then Blackpool came back to make it 2-2. So that was quite a good game. We had a few good games, to be quite honest. Crawley Town 1, Wrexham 2. Crawley equalised in 90 plus 1 minutes, and then Wrexham won it in 90 plus 5. I mean, my God, how lucky were they? Like we said, Northampton 3, Huddersfield 2 is definitely a shocker. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. But the other shocker, of course, is 10-man Shrewsbury 2, Mansfield 1. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do like and subscribe. There'll be lots more videos out, lots more predictions videos, and a few shock transfers, I should hope, on Monday. So we'll do a bit of a transfer video on Monday. I hope you do stick around for it. But to do that, you've got to like and subscribe. John S Sports Channel, over and out. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. John S Sports Channel, like and subscribe.